So you've got a game sprite and you want to draw it over a nice background. How do you make it so that sprite is transparent in the right bits so you can see a nice background? Let's find out. So I'm starting with the program I had before, which just draws Pac-Man going across the screen. Okay, and I've also got a nice image which I am going to load. So how do we load the image? Right, so what we do is def make background. We're going to make a function that takes the size of the image we want to load. Find the name of the folder. So this is all covered in a previous video. We're getting the directory name based relative to the current file. And then we build up the file name using OS path join. Based on the folder, I'm going to use a subfolder images, and in there is a folder called circuits.jpg. So what we do is background is pygame image load file name, and we want to scale that image to the size specified. So there we use a transformation, and it is scale, and what we're scaling is the background itself, and the size is the one specified, and all we need to do is return that. So in fact we can just do a return here, return, that will return that. We need to import OS, so that should load up that image, but we need to then put that on the screen. So what we do down here is background equals make background, and the size that we want is the same as the screen size, so we do screen.getSize. And then we're going to draw that onto the screen. Screen.blit. We're going to blit the background, and we're going to put it in the top corner. It should overlay perfectly, it's the same size. Let's just see what happens. And I made a mistake as always. Let's see, couldn't find, so it must be circuits.jpg. There we go. And it's drawing it over the top, but it is then erasing it. Now, why is it doing that? Well, for one thing, we haven't made that Pac-Man actually transparent. And the way to do that is in here. This is the original Pac-Man code. So we're loading up these two frames. What we actually need to do is frame1.set color key, and the color key we're setting it to is black. Now what that will do is it will make every black pixel be transparent. We need to do that for both frames. Now what happens if we go back to our main program? So it's still overwriting it, and the reason is, even though it's transparent, we have told it in our old technique to clear it by filling it with black, and we wrote this function here which does the filling it with black. So it's very easy. Once you've got the background, and the reason we have this separate sort of separate image which is always clean, separate from the screen, is so that when we redraw pixels from that background image. Let's see if that does what we want it to do, and there we go, and Pac-Man is now drawn nicely over the top. Let's just look at that one more time. So there he is, nice and clean, nicely done. So there we go. So that is a way of drawing, in this specific case, using the color key to make something transparent and overlaying it by having a copy of the background which we use to erase the image. So that brings this video to an end. Thank you.